Hello, welcome to my channel. In this episode, I will be reviewing an African violet called Bold Party Girl. It was hybridized by Paul Sorano of Linden Line Greenhouses and registered with the African Violet Society of America in 2008 under the registration number 9918. What you see in front of you is a young plant at the peak of its first true blooming cycle. I received this plant as a starter from Violet Barn 4 months ago in May of this year, 2019. This is a standard variety with medium green, plain, quilted leaves. They are not very large and they're still very young since it's just a few months old plant, so I'm imagining that they will grow a little larger. It's a very small rosette at this point. It's very compact, the rosette, and currently it's about 8 inches in diameter, and I imagine as it matures it will grow a little larger, but from what I can observe it will be a compact size standard rosette on a smaller side. The flowers are double lavender pink frilled stars with fuchsia eye, blue fantasy, and light pink edge. So the younger flowers, they're brighter, and it's not easy to see the blue fantasy, but as they grow and mature, the blue fantasy can be seen better on them. Here you can see little specks of blue. I really like the blooms on this variety. I think they're very pretty. Yeah, this one, let's try lifting it gently. Here we can see some blue fantasy specks here and the light pink frilled edge. I think these are quite beautiful. They're about 2 inches in diameter, and here they are in comparison to a dime coin. This one is probably 1.5 inches, but the older blooms are about 2 inches. There we go. They're quite large. At this point, though, because it's a very young rosette, I just couldn't have a heart to remove all the blooms. But at this point, I really have to disbud it or remove all the blooms and let the leaves grow into a healthy, beautiful rosette, because at this point all the energy is going to blooms and not to the leaves, and we want to try and avoid that when the plant is at such a young age. We wanted to focus the energy on growing the rosette, the healthy rosette first. Some of the older leaves I'll have to remove as well, and I'll replant it very soon into fresh soil or potting mix, which is soilless. I use a combination of peat moss, perlite, some vermiculite, and some other additives, and I'll make a separate video about that at some point when I'm ready, when it's been tested and I see that my plants grow the best in that mix. So I will replant it soon. For now, it's growing under a combination of LED and natural light on the west facing window, with temperatures in the range of 75 to 79 during summer. I try keeping my AC at 79. I'm thinking of going a little cooler to set down to 75 at this moment, and the humidity about 50%. First, I was hoping, when I started growing African violets earlier this year, I was hoping that they would survive the summer temperatures here in Los Angeles without using the AC, or maybe using it sporadically. However, I noticed that the African violets didn't really like being in the hot environment and humid environment, and so and also the air gets really dry during hot weather, so I try running the humidifier. But as we know, in the hot temperatures, the elevated humidity levels can create mildew on the leaves. So I've decided that I'll make my growing environment controlled, and so I've run AC all the time, and the humidifier and the fans also, they're on 24/7. This way it stabilizes the growing environment and creates constant and consistent temperature regime and humidity levels. I grow this plant on a wick, just like all of my other plants. It receives a very weak dosage of balanced fertilizer. I used to use Miracle Grow for orchids and for bloom booster, but then I realized, I read the small font, and I realized that the nitrogen that is part of that fertilizer is urea based, and so which is not a very good thing for African violets. Not so much in the summer, but it does affect them at colder temperatures in the winter. And so since we are approaching the winter season soon, I have decided to switch to urea-free fertilizer. So for now, I'm using a very low dosage bonsai fertilizer, which is 1:1:1 ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And so far they've been reacting to it well. So I also got another fertilizer that is recommended by African Violet Society of America. It's called Dina Grow or something like that. So I will make another video featuring the fertilizers that I've tested so far, once I've used them all, and I can compare the results. So stay tuned for that video. In the meantime, here it is again, Bold Party Girl by Paul Sorano. I hope you like this variety. I enjoy it, and it definitely is a keeper in my collection. I will keep growing it, and it really is a beauty to have, I believe. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you again on the next episode of African Violet Reviews.